guest is announcements. Pete's got another one. Pete's got another one. He's got them all the Tech Trek Tuesdays. Pete!
Bryan, it's Tuesday.
Tech
Trek Tuesday.
It certainly is.
Good morning, Internet.
That was a little Hulk Hogan move.
That was, I did. That was a whole.
Oh man! So welcome to Kid Site 2,
the Webpage. I'm Pete,
and I am Bryan.
And today is Tech Trek Tuesday, which means we talk about
technology.
Technology toward the end of the show. We have a song for today.
No, this was on my clipboard this morning when I woke up.
That's what we're going to be talking about.
It's a
no. This is a computer diskette, a floppy diskette, but this is obviously not floppy. But we will talk about toward the end of the show.
So this is a CD?
No, this is not a CD.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
So here we go. There we go. Yeah.
All right.
So today's Tech Trek Tuesday.
Yep, Tech Trek
Tuesday. We have
a
song.
Let me give you a sticker.
Thank you. Another sticker. Good.
Test party.
Good. We have a fact.
We do have some good facts today.
And what else we have here?
We have
Looks like we have to check in with Super Bob.
Super Bob.
Boom.
Super Bob.
That wasted 12 seconds.
That was,
Okay.
You did a good job.
I think we should do our facts.
Our
talk
facts?
a little? Just remind if you're new to the website.
Oh yes, if you are new to KidSite 2, the webpage, what we do here on our website page, is talk about camp all day, every day, because it's winter time. So we need to keep warm, and we need to discuss what matters most.
Which is camp.
And
so we have different activities, songs,
magic tricks,
and wonderfulness every day
games
of the week, except for Saturdays and Sundays where we sleep.
But it's 5 o'clock in the morning here. We are up and ready to go, as we are every morning. I think we're on episode 57.
This is episode 57.
57.
And let's do our wacky factoid.
All right, wacky fact. What is your wacky fact?
My wacky fact is that fleas.
Fleas. Now, fleas are like flea fly?
Fleas.
Like the little...
Little tiny things that dogs get, dogs like... Yeah, that thing. Fleas can jump up to 130 times their own height. And
so if they're this big,
yeah,
it means like...
Yeah, right around that. Yeah, they can jump...
Woo!
Well, so for us, that doesn't seem that high. But if we scaled up a flea to the size of, like, me...
What are you, 6 feet?
I'm 6'3". That's
all right. So
I would be able to jump over a 78-story building.
So you'd be able to jump over 780 feet.
That's correct. A 78-story building.
So we haven't invented anything that like has taken like flea power into human power.
Well, if you want to be technical, the smaller you are, the more the more buoyant you are in the air, and so it's more like swimming to a flea than it is like.
There you go. All right,
gravity doesn't affect them as much. It's a whole different.
Fun fact of the day.
I think it has to do with.
My fun fact of the day would be if it rains
fluid dynamics. That's
1 inch of water. That's about an inch, right? If it rains 1 inch of water.
That's why flies can they almost are just Oh, okay, sorry. Go on. What's your fact?
If it rains 1 inch of water, that is equivalent to it snowing 15 inches of nice, dry, powdery snow. So 15 inches. Actually, no, it's gonna. Yeah, there you go. Right there. Right there. 15 inches of dry, powdery snow equals 1 inch of rain. Is that not crazy? So, what would you rather have? 15 inches of snow or 1 inch of rain?
Well,
I guess
which one will delay or cancel school?
The snow.
Oh, then I want that one.
Me too. All right.
All right. Do you want to sing the song, or should we check back in with Super Bob now?
All right, Super Bob. What are you writing there?
It's
well, anyway, Super Bob is a wonderful person. We don't really know what he was doing up there, but Pete is writing a note to him for later, because how's he gonna I mean...
Yeah, we need to communicate better with Supervisor.
That telephone doesn't work, so we're going to old-fashioned writing notes, and then we're going to send it through one of those tubes.
So today's song is called Gray Squirrel.
Gray Squirrel.
It's also called Brown Squirrel to some people.
Purple Squirrel.
Like our friends on YouTube, they call it Brown Squirrel.
Absolutely.
But we want to call it Gray Squirrel because that's how
we learned it.
Okay, and
Ready?
It goes a little something
like this.
Gray squirrel, shake that bushy tail. Gray squirrel, shake that bushy tail.
Crinkle up that little nose, put some nut between your toes. Gray squirrel, shake that bushy tail. Woo! Well, that was it.
Tech Trek Tuesday. Hi, this is Pete, and welcome to
Kids 2, the webpage, Tech Trek Tuesday.
Yes, and today we are talking about storage.
That's right. Pick a disc.
But
any disc.
Digital storage. What Bryan is holding right now are what they used to call 3.5 floppy diskettes. This one would hold 1.44 megabytes. And just to put that in terms that you might understand, that would be half of a song, an MP3 that you put on your iPod. This is a 1 gig mini SD card or micro
walk
SD
that
card.
up to the camera a little bit and show them.
You can see. And this stores 1 gig, which would be equal to about 800 or a little more, between 800 and 900 of these discs fit onto one of these guys. Now this, it's like something, it looks like you could swallow it, it's so tiny. This memory card right here, which is called an SD card, it's used in a lot of cameras, you may have seen it.
Cool.
This is another memory card that is used in cameras. It is called a compact flash. So we have USB drives.
Flash drives.
They call them flash drives.
Or
now
jump
this
drives.
is not magnetic. So when we had all those discs that Bryan had, and
right here.
See, there we go. This stores all of the information on a. There's actually a disc inside here, and I can show you guys what that looks like.
Yeah, let's crack it open. But
so,
Pete, all my pictures are on there.
No, that's
and by pictures,
even fit like one.
I mean, there's a quarter of this picture that I took last year on there. So what do we got in there?
So inside, you just have, here are the 2 plastic halves, and they have this nice little protective coating
felt.
in there.
Oh, it's so nice on the skin.
Coating. And then what we have, you have the trap that keeps it clean on the inside.
The slide.
The slide guy. Yeah. And then
that's so when you insert it into the computer, it goes by so it can read it. So that when it's out of the computer, dust and everything else stays out of it.
And then you have this guy on the inside. And
it's a CD.
No, it's not a CD. This would be the floppy disk part when they say floppy disk.
Oh,
that's what this is. This is the actual disk. You store on this disk, on this floppy disk, is that you use magnets and you manipulate the material on the inside using a magnet. On this DVD here, the way that information is stored is that a laser pokes little tiny holes into this surface, this reflective surface right here.
It's fixed.
And oh, that's beautiful. And all of the information, instead of being used for a magnet, it's used optically or using light. A DVD has a storage capacity of, this is what they call a single layer DVD, has a storage capacity of about 3,500 of those discs. Dual layer DVDs have about 8 gigs of space, which would be roughly 7,500 of those discs. 7,500 of the discs, these guys.
That would cover this entire room.
Yeah, it could.
Twice.
What a hard disk is that on the inside of this, if I broke this open, it has an actual hard disk that spins around, and this uses magnets as well.
Cool.
And
now, why does this magnet in here last longer than one that would be in here?
It doesn't really. It doesn't last that much longer. It's not that much safer. I would say that you have probably.
It's just you could store a lot
10.
more in here.
Yeah. Well, this particular one is 500 gigs.
All right.
And so.
In this term, how many?
In that term, 500 gigs would probably put us at about.
Like 500,000.
It would be 480,000 of those. This would be a laptop.
Fancy.
And this has a similar hard disk on the inside. And we
Cool.
don't want to ever put any magnets next to these things.
What is the future of discs? Are we gonna keep having DVDs, or like what's gonna be the next? You know, like we're talking about, it went from this floppy to this floppy to this floppy to this one
Well,
to that to CDs
you know,
to
to-
DVDs. To
One thing that
little
you may
chips
have
like
noticed is that we generally get very small, and you know this is very, very small.
Are they going to insert that in my wrist so that I
now
can just
this-
watch things through my
this,
eyes?
which actually any kind of memory stick or memory card like this is not magnetic and it's not optical, so it doesn't use lasers and it doesn't use magnets. It's actually called a solid state drive. The real future of media like this is having it all stored online, and that you're really not going to have to transport media like with
but
physical
somebody's
things.
going to have to hold on to
Well,
it.
that would be these giant servers out in that are being backed up and stuff like that
In the intranet.
in the internets.
So
So
that's,
anyway,
that's in your swim trunks, right?
so that's all about
The
storage here on KidSite 2, the
The
webpage.
webpage.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Brian.
And we will see you tomorrow on Wednesday for
Wacky
Wacky Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So have a great Tuesday, and we will see you later.
See ya.